hang on a minute, please. There we go. Water cars are lining up onto the grid. Let me just go to the toilet for a sec. Oh, everyone's away. Is there any changes? Lawson. Stay safe. Hulkenberg's got up to 9th. Oh my God, Hulkenberg, what a start. Piastri keeps the lead. I really do wonder what's going to happen at McLaren today. Piastri leads, by the way, everyone. Gasly, Lawson, yeah. The top 8 remains exactly where it was. Everyone is starting on medium tyres. Purple sector 1 for Behrman, purple sector 2 for Piastri. Behrman's flying, everyone. We've got, how many laps is it? 24, 3 hour, 24 laps. Yep, we're on to the 3rd lap, everyone. Oh, Behrman and Perez takes Albon. DRS is enabled, everyone. DRS is available. Purple sector, fastest lap for Norris. And the top 8 have maintained position from the start. Gasly on course for 2 points. Lawson on course for a point. Haas, despite having a good qualifying in the sprint, on course for 0 points. Lap 4, everyone. This is, well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens at Macca. And now, of course, Leclerc takes fastest lap. My God, Leclerc's flying, everyone. Only just over a second and a half behind the McLarens, and just under a second behind Norris. And of course, everyone's on medium tyres, so I don't need to tell you anything about tyre life. This should be is a free 33% distance race, 1/3 of the full race distance today. So this race should be done within about, I don't know, 35 minutes-ish. On to lap 5. We've won 1/3 fuel tank, surely. Or maybe even less than that, to be honest, because the cars are really light. Perez, Albon. Let me just check the order. Yep. Still the same as it was the previous lap. Perez is all over the back of Behrman, but I don't think the horses are going to give way easily. And I wonder if team orders is going to come to play at McLaren. But surely, if Norris is fast enough, he should find a way past Piastri. And we're on to we're on lap 5. Why is it 20? Sorry. It's not 34 laps, it's 24 laps, I beg your pardon. Just so you know, I think a lot of only drivers that are using brand new tyres today are Gasly and Lawson. But that's it. Everyone has already done a few laps on these tyres before they started the race. Norris only half a second behind teammate Piastri. This is going to be a close battle between the two Maccas. Leclerc's closing in at 1 point. Okay, no, he's not. But he's got Verstappen just under a second behind him. And then, of course, Carlos Sainz has already lost 3 seconds to Verstappen, already dropping back quite a fair margin there by the last time Mexican winner from last time out. Quite inconsistent, if you ask me. Oh my God, I've got an advert. Sorry, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those. Do they actually have team orders? That's a good question. Whether the Oscar and Norris can discuss. But right now,
Piastri still leading Norris, opening the gap up to 9/10 of a second. We're on to lap 7. Any changes in the order? No, it's not. No changes. Now Verstappen has the fastest lap, remarkably enough. My God, Verstappen's flying. It's just they can't get track position. Oh, God, never mind. We can talk. Hiya, Kiefer. Hope you're doing well. Hi, John. Hi, Say. Sir Lewis in 14th. Hamilton behind Checo. Oh, gosh. Yes, I know Newcastle are beating Arsenal. I was watching Mark Goldbridge before I came on. Say, is there a chance of an exciting race tomorrow? Well, the cars are struggling to overtake each other, so I'm not sure. Purple Sector 1 for Max Verstappen, whose fastest lap is a 1:11.9. I have more pace than this. Copy for Ollie Behrman. Ollie Behrman obviously getting beat off the line there by Hulkenberg. Yeah, okay, go and enjoy Man City once this race is done. Yeah, I mean, Arsenal's chances of winning a title are already evaporating. I mean, they've got Saka back, but there's been no overtakes for like 5 laps now. I don't know what's going on. It's just the cars just can't. I think a lot of drivers don't want to damage their cars. Albon in front of teammate Connor Pinto, holding up a gaggle of cars there. Connor Pinto, Hamilton, Ocon. Albon creating yet another train. Gasly's also kind of creating his own train, but, well, I mean, he did a great job in qualifying. McLaren effed it up again. What, in terms of, what's it, allowing Piastri to be the faster driver today? Yeah, it looks like it. That vital point surely has to go to Norris. Leclerc's closing in on Norris, half a second behind. Oh my goodness, he's got DRS, so has Verstappen. Dear me, Norris is in a pickle here. And Sainz is getting multi-B white HS position 13. Oh my goodness, a lot of and Sainz is really dropping off. He's 3.7 seconds behind Verstappen now. Really, he's in no man's land yet again. And so is Russell. Oh, and Behrman's gone past Hulk. I'll say it. Hulkenberg is really getting shown up by Behrman in these two outings he's had at Baku and Interlagos. Oh, and Behrman's going in front of... Is that Behrman? Oh no, Perez is going in front of Hulkenberg. I was going to say Behrman had got cars driving around in the car park. Yes, indeed. For some reason, what is one of the best tracks on the calendar is just not producing entertainment. Well, hope you're doing well, Kiefer. I have not seen you for quite a while. 10. I'm really poor updating the lap chart counter, by the way, but it's not like this sprint race has had an immense amount of overtaking. It's not been too hard to update the order. I mean, the top 8 remains the same as it was at the start. Oh, Tsunoda's through. Tsunoda has gone past Bottas. DRS. Is that Norris getting ready to go past Piastri on team orders? Bottas drops behind Tsunoda. I mean, Tsunoda's got 6.5 seconds in front of him between himself and Ocon in 15th place. My God, Tsunoda spent a ridiculous amount of time losing track time to Bottas. Of course, even though Norris is 9 tenths behind Piastri, but he can't get DRS. I don't know what Stokes is. Oh, I think you're talking about a championship there. I don't know what. Yeah. Overtake is available for Gasly, apparently, but he's 2.7 behind Gasly. Oh, right, Lawson has got DRS. Oh, right, Gasly's having to use turbo boost to stay in front of Lawson. Yes, how can I forget? Lawson is all over the back of Gasly. That RB is quick, by the way, but Perez is up to 9th. Perez is making his way up the order. Into 9th place we go with Sergio Perez. Checo Perez with his seat under threat, making moves on Behrman and Hulkenberg, the two Haasers. And now, of course, less than 2 seconds ahead of him is now, of course, Liam frigging Lawson, a potential challenger for his Red Bull seat next season. The two McLaren still follow each other up front. I mean, Norris just cannot make use of DRS on the slipstream to get past his teammate who has been very quick today. I'm only updating the lap chart once every 2 laps because it just keeps going past so quickly. Wind speed 4.7 kilometers north. Track temperature 49.3 degrees. Air temperature 28.4, which is probably why the tyres are hot and the drivers are very cautious in terms of pushing the cars as hard as they can. My God, Zhou Guanyu is just 0.6 of a second behind Alonso. My God, Alonso is having a terrible day, to be honest. I mean, obviously, he's got Stroll in front of him. I didn't realise, what is it? Stroll got in front of Alonso. My God, this has been a weekend from hell for Alonso, if we're going to be honest. I think Alonso has been told to let Stroll get past because Alonso just cannot physically push the car to the limit today. Very unfortunate. 13 laps into the race. I wonder, on lap 13, Piastri still leads, but Norris has got DRS down into turn 4. Norris still hesitant to make a move on his teammate. Just off a second in between the two McLaren drivers. Leclerc only 4 tenths in front of Verstappen. My God, it's getting close. While Sainz and Russell remain in no man's land, but Russell did complete a personal best on the previous lap with a 12.1. But Verstappen still retains the fastest lap in the race with 11.9. Gasly really is struggling with Lawson all over the back of him, whilst Perez is coming up to Lawson. I guess K-Mag has got the same illness as Alonso. I think so. It seems like it, doesn't it? I think there's a bug going around the paddock. Norris has got DRS on teammate Piastri coming up to the start-finish line, 7 tenths behind. We start lap 14. Oh my God, what the hell's going on there?
Gabriel Bortell is not driving for Sauber yet. That is rumored. It's not official. I want to be very clear of that. That is rumored. It's hinted to in the F1 website, but it's not official as of yet.
Franco is being told he's doing a good job on the radio. George says his front left looks really ugly, but he says it's a pickup of and baubles. Gasly is being told he's a 10th faster than Lawson. So that's good news for Gasly. Of course, Lawson is having to deal with Perez all over the back of him. 11 laps to go, everyone. Over half race distance. Norris has DRS on his teammate Piastri again, but he just cannot close the gap. He just can't close the gap. 15. Lap 15. We start lap 15 with the two Maccas. And now I'm getting the chance to uptake the lap counter. Oh, but Leclerc's closing in on the two McLarens. I mean, Piastri's not... I mean, this is really weird, isn't it? I think Piastri is creating quite a bit of dirty air for Norris around here. The top 4 are covered by just over 2.2 seconds. Really close out there between the two McLarens, Leclerc and Verstappen. I think the track temperatures is really eating up the tyres today. And of course, Verstappen is a master of preserving tyre life. Sainz still cannot make the inroads still on the top 4. I mean, Sainz is now almost 4 seconds behind Verstappen. Russell himself is in no man's land. Gasly can thank Perez for keeping Lawson occupied, however, so Sainz and George, yeah, I said that. Lap 16. It is absolutely bone dry out there on the track, so I don't think we have any threat of rain today. I don't know what the weather forecast is for qualifying, but this is looking good. Of course, Alonso's got past Stroll. What the hell's going on, Aston Martin? 1 minute, Stroll's in front, Alonso's back in front. Don't know what those shenanigans are. Don't know why I'm getting stupid adverts. Verstappen is suffering understeering at turn one. Yeah, thanks for telling me that. Having said that, he still is only 8 tenths beyond Leclerc, so even with those steering problems, he's still keeping close to the front three. Piastri is leading, starts lap 17. Norris cannot make use of DRS at all for some reason. Every time they break into turn one, I mean, Norris is 6 tenths behind, but he can't make a move on his teammate, and I think team orders is going to have to come into play. Verstappen is all over the back of Leclerc, 3 tenths behind, but he's got DRS, but he can't make a move on Leclerc. Leclerc isn't having none of it. And then, of course, we're looking at a battle. Lawson and Perez have got DRS on Gasly, but they can't make anything of it. Behrman is holding up a huge pack of cars behind him. Hulkenberg, the 2 Williams, and Hamilton. Hamilton down in 14th for the Ocon and Tsunoda in no man's land. Alonso 1.6 seconds behind Bottas, all the way down in P18. Zhou has got past Stroll. What the hell is going on there? What the hell has been going on with Stroll yet again? But of course, this is Lance Stroll we're talking about. One moment he's scored, the next he's just... And he is now both last, I think, Aston Martin, up and down like a yo-yo. Lap 18. 7 laps remaining, and it is getting... Verstappen has... Oh, he's got DRS. Is he going to fly past into turn 4? Yes, he does. Verstappen into third, ahead of Ferrari's Charles Leclerc. And Piastri now gets the fastest lap. Piastri is responding to Norris's threat. But of course, I think team orders could be... Yeah, I think that's because Leclerc's the only driver who's willing to, like, get his elbows out against Verstappen. I think that's the reason why Max Verstappen behaves himself against Leclerc, because Leclerc is willing to be, like if Verstappen wants to shove Leclerc off the track, then Leclerc's the type of driver who will also shove Verstappen off the track, hence why Max behaves himself. Like, if you want to behave yourself against Max Verstappen, you have got to be willing to get really dirty with him, just like he does with other people. And then that makes it, like, if you're willing to be, like, threatening him with the same sort of, like, skullduggery he gets up to, then he will be like, okay, I'll race you fair. Hence why I think Hamilton and Norris have had so many problems with Verstappen, because, of course, they want to keep it clean, but Verstappen doesn't. Maybe fair, Oh, okay, let's not... Well, I'm not sure about Vettel there, but... Kimi, definitely, yes. Oh, of course, I mean, Verstappen's antics against both Ferraris at the 2018 Japanese Grand Prix remains stuck in my head. And, of course, the 2016 Belgian Grand Prix. Definitely not clean for Verstappen. Oh, Behrman, Hulkenberg. Oh, Albon's into 10th. Oh, the 2 horses struggling out there now. Vettel raced dirty when he was at Red Bull. Yes, indeed. Perez has got DRS on Lawson again. Gasly can thank Perez for Perez, but Perez has got past. Oh, and I think there's a move, some fighting there between Hulkenberg and Hamilton. It's getting very, very dicey out there. Lawson out of the points. Colapinto down to 14th. I have to say, I think some of Colapinto's inexperience is now becoming a factor at Williams. I think Albon is creeping back to his best, and I think some of the Colapinto hype might die off. Red Bull definitely have got pace. It's just that Perez is not very quick. Lap 21. 4 to go. Oh my god, his sprint race is fast. Hulkenberg has got a smoking car. Thank you for telling me that. Oh yeah, Hulkenberg's dropping down the order. Oh man, I think this could be it for Hulkenberg. I think Hulkenberg might have to park the car. Oh yeah, he's definitely going. Yeah, he's dropping. He's dropping like a stone now. Yeah. Zhou's got in front of Alonso. Oh man. Hulkenberg's retiring. Hulkenberg's definitely out, to be honest. Yeah, yellow flag in sector 2. We've got a yellow flag. Hulkenberg car is parked out on the track. We've got a yellow flag, and Hulkenberg is definitely done for the day. Oh my god, yeah, Hulkenberg, you're out. Double yellow in turn 10, double yellow. Everyone, no overtaking, no overtaking. If anyone overtakes in sector 2, they're in trouble. Oh my god, don't. Oh my god, it looks like McLaren might have to do team orders. I think a comment has been auto-deleted by YouTube. Yeah, well, they're going to be 18th and 19th anyway, so they're finishing both last, the two. Oh, Norris has been given team orders. Yeah, team orders have taken place at McLaren, yes. 22, yeah, we've been having team orders, yeah. I predicted this. I think obviously McLaren have had to act to Hulkenberg's being stuck on a track. Since, of course, there's obviously, there was a threat of a safety car, but of course now, because they've cleared Hulkenberg's car, they've had to do team orders 3 laps early. Yet VSC has been deployed, so McLaren got team orders done and dusted ASAP. Efficient teamwork there by the McLaren boys. And now, yes, we've got a VSC. Very big brave move indeed by Team Papayot. VSC deployed for a whole track now. Cannot remove Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg has come to a stop. He's out. Let's look at the order. Perez 8th. Perez will get the last point. Hamilton got in front of Behrman before going all that shenanigans, but that's not really the most important thing because neither of them are getting points. Colin Pinto in front of Ocon, Tsunoda in front of Bottas, Zhou in front of Alonso, and Stroll 19th and last. Everyone is slowing right down now with just 2 laps remaining. This is surely the end of the race, surely. Like, we're going to end the race under a VSC. What a shame, but of course, Hulkenberg's problems have very much brought this race to a virtual close. I think we are going to see the race end with a VSC. I don't think we've got time to go racing anymore. This is not like NASCAR or touring car racing where they'll add additional laps to make up for laps lost on the safety cars and cautions and all that nonsense. This is Formula 1. We don't have like a bonus lap rule. And of course, starting the final lap, Norris will win the race thanks to team orders. Oh, VSC, track clear, VSC. Apparently we've got green flag. halfway through the final lap, which is a bit meh. Of course, green flag, BW racing resumed from turn 4 onwards. Russell has been told to cancel the magic. This is the final lap. DRS enabled. Not that it means anything because, of course, we've got team orders. Was the move legal? What move? So, Ocon gets in front of Behrman. Oh no, what's Ocon's 30? Oh my God, what's happened to Behrman? Behrman got problems. I mean, Behrman's been quick, but does seem to be very, very, very poor under the defense, which I think his lack of experience is definitely a problem as well. Oh yeah, race 1 there, of course. Yeah, congratulations to Norris. Yeah, top 6 come over the line. Gasly in 7th, Perez in 8th. Perez gets the fastest lap. Oh, interesting stuff there. What the hell's going on, Mike? Team order is legal as per se. Yeah, well, obviously there's going to be Max Verstappen and Red Bull fans saying, oh, why is everyone being all quiet about this team orders? But, dude, it's a driver's fight. Norris wins the race over Piastri. Points gained on Red Bull, yes, of course. Points also gained on Ferrari in the constructor standing. So that's a full 15 points for McLaren. 9 points for Ferrari. So yeah, that constructors lead is extended. And for Norris, well, he cuts the championship gap between himself and Verstappen to 45 points. So that's a decent amount of damage limitation done today for So that is your race order. Thanks to team orders, Norris wins the race with 3 laps to go after Hulkenberg was forced to park on the track. Ferrari, yes, Ferrari did gain on Red Bull as well. Only 7 points for Red Bull. But of course, it is very marginal there for Ferrari's gain on Red Bull, if we're going to be honest. Will you stream quali? Yes, I will stream qualifying. Don't you worry. I know it's only in about 3.5 hours time, but I think, oh yeah, I've just seen a graphic that says Albon set the purple sector 2. He was actually the fastest in sector 2, funnily enough, where you've got all the slow squiggly bits. Albon was actually quickest, surprisingly enough, in a Williams of all things, a 36.5. I mean, and I've just seen it. I mean, Albon's fastest lap was only just 100th slower than Sergio Perez's fastest lap, by the way. I mean, Albon was actually flying on the final lap, surprisingly enough. Well, of course, he had a 3.8 second buffer between himself and Lawson, so he had some clean air to chase the fastest lap. Of course, I mean, the front runners, I mean, the top 3 had no gaps between them to do any fastest laps. So the AFT, oh my God, yeah, Arsenal are basically, well, I mean, I swear to God, are Arsenal Stoke City in disguise? Is Mikel Arteta the Spanish Tony Pulis? Oh, questions to be asked. And for a moment, I think McLaren were really scared that Hulkenberg was going to bring out an instant safety car, hence why we got the team orders done and dusted with 3 laps to go instead. And of course, did it half a lap before VSC appeared. Max leads with 45 points. Yes, absolutely correct. 45 points. It's a gap between Max Verstappen and Lando Norris in the driver's standings. And of course, Max Verstappen will be starting tomorrow's race with a five-place grid penalty thanks to changing components in his power unit. So, of course, with just 4 races to go, this championship is hotting up. McLaren have got the best car on the grid, and Lando Norris has got to make use of it. He has now got to take on average at least 12 points out of Max Verstappen in every race weekend we've got remaining. He's already taken 2 points out of Max today thanks to team orders. He's got to do the same again for every race. And, I mean, let's be honest, I think Norris is secretly hoping for a Max DNF soon, because if it is a Max DNF, then going into the last 3 races of the season, then he's got to take on average at least 7 points out of Max, which, of course, I think as long as Norris could get, like, a win and a fastest lap in all 3 remaining race weekends, and, of course, try and finish in front of Max in the last sprint race weekend, which I think is coming at somewhere like Qatar, or maybe... Are we getting a sprint race at Abu Dhabi? I mean, that'd be interesting to see. A sprint, of course. Oh, no, I think what's the problem with Abu Dhabi, they've also got the Formula 2 and the Formula 3 to do, so they don't have time for a sprint. But if a Max DNF does occur on Sunday, yeah. Oh, yeah, well, that's not relevant, is it? Lewis, I know, I remember what happened at 2015 Monaco, but that's not relevant to what happened. But that's because Lewis took an additional pit stop, which was always a stupid idea at track like Monaco, but because obviously track precision is key at Monaco, but that's got no relevance to today's race, since, of course, Hamilton down in 11th place, an absolute nightmare for the 7-time world champion. Newcastle beat Arsenal. Whoa, dear, Arsenal season is unravelling before our eyes. I mean, we don't need to talk anymore about that. Ruben Amorim is the new Man United manager. Yes, I know about that. Man United still have huge problems though, despite that move. Lando Norris wins the race over Piastri with team orders. Verstappen, good damage limitation for him today. Leclerc 4th, Sainz 5th. I mean, Leclerc can still win the championship, but in reality, I mean, no one really is talking about Leclerc challenging for the championship by anyway, and Ferrari have got more focus with the constructors. Russell, another solid race in 6th place. Decent, but not great, but not terrible. 7th place, 2 points for Gasly. Gasly continues his fairly strong second half of the season. And, of course, once again, miles ahead of Ocon. It might get worse for Max. Yeah, I mean, Max has got his 5-place grid penalty coming up tomorrow. So, hopefully they throw the book at him. I mean, look, I think from like a neutral point of view, I think if a DNF comes Max's way, that is going to really liven up this championship fight if Max gets a DNF tomorrow. Oh, right, Max is under investigation now. Oh my God, where's Max on? Was it the move on Leclerc? Was that illegal? Oh, right, the Max move on Leclerc. Did he do under a yellow flag? Oh my goodness. Oh my Lord. Drama again with Max, with the 3-time champion. Oh, VSC infringement. My God, Max. I mean, you know, you can pretend that you know what you're doing and pretend that you're Kimi Räikkönen, but in reality, you have no clue what you're doing, Mr. Maximilian Verstappen. You are no Kimi Räikkönen. You are just an angry hothead with an alcoholic father who likes to beat, who is a wife beater. So don't you come out and tell us that you know what you're doing. You have no clue what you're doing. You're just an angry hothead who allows your temper to get the better of you at the worst of times. What was it? Perez gets a point in 8th place with the fastest lap. Once again, useless consolation prize for Perez, who only just about beat his old foe Lawson. I mean, Verstappen is far more unhinged than Sebastian Vettel at Red Bull. But I don't want to mention those two. But anyway, Albon was just 0.014 seconds away from matching Sergio Perez's fastest lap on the final lap. Can you imagine if Albon had got the fastest lap for the sprint race? That would have been comical. I mean, Vettel was pretty petulant. Yeah, I'll give him. I'll agree to that. Oh my God, City and Viking are playing at the same time. Blimey, you've got your hands full then, John Cartier. I'll let you get off then, since I don't want to keep you too occupied. I think, obviously, with a sprint race, we can't talk about pit stops because there are no pit stops and it's only a 33% full race distance. Oh, Viking play at 6 p.m. Is that wait, is that 5 p.m. UK time? I'm trying to work out the timing. But unfortunately for you, if that's the case, that means that qualifying will be starting an hour, pretty much when half-time kicks off. When the second half of the Viking match will start, then I presume, if it's 5 p.m. Oh, yeah, your time. Yeah, you're an hour ahead. Max drives like Mario from... yeah. Oh my God, yeah, Max is... yeah, I mean, Vettel had to change his attitude when he left Ferrari, though. Hamilton is definitely past his best now. This is another poor qualifying, another average race for Hamilton. Honestly, why are Ferrari getting rid of, like, the only reason why Ferrari are getting rid of Sainz is because they know that there's stock prices and they can sell merchandise off Hamilton's brand name. That's the only reason why they're bringing Hamilton in to Ferrari. I mean, let's face it, I fully expect Charles Leclerc to have the full beating of Lewis Hamilton. And if Hamilton's not careful, he could well end up finding himself in the same position as a certain Daniel Ricciardo found himself when he joined McLaren and found himself curb stomped by Lando Norris. Charles Leclerc could be about to be on the verge of doing a Lando Norris on Lewis Hamilton next season. And, you know, we've been here clowning on Ricciardo and Perez. It looks like Hamilton is basically doing a Halloween level performance. Yes, I mean, Halloween has been an absolute nightmare for Sir Lewis Hamilton from Great Britain. And with 7 world champions, we could be about to see a 7-time world champion getting absolutely humiliated at the Scuderia next season. Oh man, Colapinto finished behind Hamilton. I mean, Colapinto probably not his best race, but I mean, Hamilton is still capable of good race performances, but the problem is over short distances and over qualifying, that raw speed has gone. That raw flat-out speed has well and truly diminished from Lewis Hamilton. He's got the same problems as what Kimi Räikkönen had in his second stint at Ferrari. That raw speed has evaporated. Ocon 13th. Ocon doesn't care anymore. Ocon is just waiting for his move to Haas. Behrman 14th. I mean, I think Behrman had a very poor restart, unfortunately, and his lack of experience got caught out. He really needs to work on his restarts. Tsunoda 15th. I don't even know, mate. I really don't know what's going on with Tsunoda. I think Tsunoda has been, I don't know. I mean, I think Alpine might be favouring Lawson because I think Red Bull want to try and push an agenda of getting Lawson in contention for that second Red Bull seat and really put Perez under pressure. Oh, right. Viking is pay TV. Okay, you have to go on pay TV. Okay. Oh, we're comparing Alonso to King Boo. Oh. Why are we talking about Mario Kart characters? I mean, Vettel is Bowser. I don't even know what to say about that. the two Saubers, Bottas and Zhou, they're just waiting for Audi to come in. Zhou is going to be is finished at Sauber and in Formula One in general. Like, I don't even know what. I mean, he's probably waiting. I don't know, probably going to be off to sports car or maybe go and join his dad's company at the end of the year or something and get a real job in the real world. Alonso and Stroll, dead last, and they are definitely waiting for Adrian Newey to join the team next season. Aston Martin, Adrian Newey could not arrive at Aston Martin's doorstep soon enough. It's just Aston Martin have just given up. They have well and truly given up. They have basically become the minority of the grid now. You heard it here. Aston Martin are now basically what minority were back in 2005. Bog last, and I think in terms of their best laps, I mean, the only driver to have a slower best race lap than the two Aston Martins was, of course, Zhou with Alonso won for 13.1, Stroll 13.56. Kimi would be Darth Sidious. Oh, that's interesting. And Zhou 13.559. So, my God, I mean, Alonso was 4/10 slower than Bottas's best fastest lap, and my God, about half a second slower than Lawson. I mean, Aston Martin just had no pace all after no pace in the race, and I presume there's. My God, Aston Martin. I think I've got Aston Martin have had clocked up the fastest race lap, the slowest race lap out of all the 10 teams on the grid today. The only team that could not get under a 13-second lap. Oh my goodness. I mean, Aston Martin are desperate for Adrian Newey to come knocking their door because, I mean, within the space of over 18 months, they went from having the second fastest car on the grid to probably now one of the slowest cars on the grid. And yeah, look, they're safe for 5th place. Obviously, in terms of Constructors' Championship, I cannot see Haas getting anywhere near close Aston Martin, but they've clearly given up on this year's car. I think Alonso and Stroll have been given instructions just to save the car through the races. And, you know, if they feel like there's a problem with the car, just park up in the pits ASAP and don't risk the machinery. Don't, waste any more money on this season. Waste more money on this season than necessary. Sauber, of course, are under the same conditions, but even so, Sauber are actually much quicker in race pace today, which is so weird to say. But I suppose track characteristics might be going against Aston Martin this weekend. As for everyone in front, I mean, Albon nearly got the fastest lap. So, I mean, if Williams could improve their qualifying, I think Williams would be very capable of scoring a lot of big points. But, of course, thankfully for Aston Martin, everyone else behind them in the bottom 5 are miles behind. So, you know, thanks to Alonso scoring a lot of points early on in the season. As for, I don't know what the response on social media is, but to be honest, I think this was the right move to make for McLaren to allow Norris to get past Piastri with 3 laps to go because, I mean, this is just a sprint race and Piastri has already got 2 full race wins under his belt. Like, they've got to do what matters most now, like get the Drivers' Championship, because I think McLaren, surely, as long as they can keep Ferrari behind them, are in a commanding position to win their first Constructors' title since 1998, 26 years ago. That is an insane. And if you want to know what was going on back then, Mika Hakkinen had just won his first World Championship for the team. Jos Verstappen, the father of Max, was still racing in Formula One, albeit for the Stewart team, who, of course, that were then bought out by Jaguar, the Ford company, to be specific. And then, of course, Jaguar, and then Ford sold Jaguar to Red Bull. And we all know who Max Verstappen drives for. Then, of course, who else was there? I mean, Oh yeah, Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri were still not even alive yet. They were still not born yet. They were not even human. They hadn't even come into existence on this earth yet. Surprisingly enough, the last time McLaren won the Constructors' Championship since Lando was born in November 1999. Piastri was born in April 2001. So what a lot! Wow, what an achievement for McLaren this will be. And I mean, Verstappen and Leclerc were still only 1 year old when McLaren won the last constructors title, and Lewis Hamilton was still racing karts, and I think Fernando Alonso was, well, on the verge of making the transition from karting to junior Formula racing, of course. I know Alonso's 43 years old, but even he was still in go-karts, surprisingly enough. But of course, he was 1 year, he was just about 6 months short of making his debut in junior Formula racing. And I think by the end of 1998, I think Alonso had already done a bit of testing in junior Formula cars by that point, surely, since, of course, he was clearly one of the best drivers in the karting ranks. Tsunoda still was not born yet. Behrman was not born. Connor Pinto was not born. Oh my god. Lawson obviously was not alive yet. Lance Stroll, I think Lance Stroll was born like maybe a few weeks after the end of the 1998 season, so even he was not born yet. Russell was still only like, I don't know, 7 months old. I know a couple of you in the chat were not born yet when the McLaren last won the constructors title. 26 years ago, what an achievement this will be for Team McLaren. I mean, funnily enough, of course, yeah, they won the driver's title again with Hakkinen in 99 and with Hamilton in 2008, but of course, Ferrari got the job done in the constructors that year, so they failed to make the drivers constructors double, and of course, well, I mean, surely it would be more fitting. I think for McLaren would be far more fitting if they could get Norris over the line in the drivers' standings. And I think some of you have now got off to watch football in the chat, so I'll leave these results up and running for those the people who want to still look at the results in the race. If you're already just coming, yes, okay, it wasn't the most eventful race, but Max Verstappen is under investigation once again for an infringement under this virtual safety car. And of course, I mean, well, if he gets a 5-second penalty, he will have to drop behind Leclerc and lose another point in the driver's standings. Like, oh my goodness. I mean, Red Bull, of course, have dropped out to third place in the Constructors, and I think Red Bull have well, they conceded the Constructors title about a couple of months ago now, so... But for Verstappen, I mean, he's making life so hard for himself in terms of his behaviour and his conduct, like angry press conference, telling everyone he knows what he's doing. You're not Kimi Räikkönen. You are not Kimi Räikkönen. Keep your mouth shut. Know your place, son. What else? A point for Perez, just ahead of Lawson. Of course, I mean, Perez obviously driving racing for pride at this point. Because let's face it, I mean, Perez's reputation is in tatters, absolute tatters at this point. I mean, Perez is basically, I mean, he's going to go out the same way as Ricciardo, literally miles past his best, and a constant point for mockery and ridicule on social media. Hamilton is also on the verge of being humiliated if he can't pick his form up in time to go to Ferrari. Charles Leclerc could well do a Lando Norris on Hamilton and make turn Hamilton into the new Dan Ricciardo. Oh my god. But Aston Martin right now have got to be said. Aston Martin are basically the British minority, the slowest car by quite some margin. They've put fastest lap of the race being half a second slower than Sauber, half a second slower than RB. 2 tenths slower than Haas, but of course Haas have had car problems towards the end of the race. 7 tenths slower than Alpine. What else? I'm trying to look. Yeah, dear God. The only team that failed to clock a lap time under 1 minute 13.1. Alonso's fastest lap was a 1 minute 13.111. My God, what a... Oh, God, even that car is absolutely in the dust, in the mud, as you would say here at Crystal Racing. And I think the fraud detection zone, yes, the FDZ award goes to Aston Martin for losing so much speed in the last few races of the season. Crazy, crazy stuff there. Absolutely bonkers. Who would have thunk it, eh? 各位公眾大家好 Aston Martin hates a Gaussy. And I think if you know Cantonese, you'll know exactly what I just said. Of course, I can't translate it because, of course, yeah. If you don't know what I said, sorry, I'm not gonna repeat it. I can't see the chat anymore, so I'm just going to leave the results up for 3 more minutes. And then I might decide to wave farewell.
Lovely ball. Oh, and Newcastle scored. It's inside. Do you know what? I think that the minute that cross came in from Gordon, you knew it was such a good cross.
You can't. You know what? I know it's going to sound. You can't defend that kind of cross.
Wow, we'll see back. I think we maybe could have picked him up a bit better.
That was precision to a T.
What a cross from Gordon. Yeah. We're conceding so many goals this season, guys. Oh, it's a brilliant ball.
Come on, that's a great cross. You can't live.
Of course, if any of you want to hear more news, I don't know about Verstappen. I mean, Might have to find an update somewhere. Apparently, Max is under investigation by the FIA for infringement under VSC because, of course, Hulkenberg was forced to park his car up with 5 laps to go with a car problem and parked his car in sector 2 at the end of sector 2, coming out of the wiggly bits into sector 3. So and of course, Lando Norris got the race win after team orders by Team Papayar at McLaren, obviously desperately needing the points on the driver standings. McLaren have been picked up 15 points. Ferrari picked up 9 points, so I think McLaren obviously extend their lead over Ferrari now to almost 30 points. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at the sprint results. Verstappen remains in P3, but if he does get another 5-second penalty for whatever the infringement he might have committed under the VSC, then that would drop him down to 4th behind Leclerc, and he would lose another point to Norris. Of course, the championship gap between Max and Norris is now just 45 points.
It's been probably the least consistent race car across the whole season. When you think about it, we said this last week, race to race, day to day, sometimes even session to session, morning to afternoon, the swings in performance are just remarkable. For all we know, they could change nothing on the car, and he could go out and put it in the top 4. You know, you just don't know. But it's crazy to think that he had that kind of feeling behind the wheel, but still managed to put off a pretty good drive. I think the degradation higher than people expected, as you heard Gasly say. That played a part today, and it's going to play a part in the Grand Prix tomorrow. From an inconsistent car to an incredibly consistent super sub, Mr. Ollie Bannon. Ollie, latest super sub weekend. It looked like quite a busy sprint race for you out there. A couple of moments with Nico. Can you talk us through that one?
Yeah. I mean, I had quite a bad start, but I managed to make up a few spots on lap 1. After that, settling into the race, things were feeling quite good, but then gradually started to struggle with the tires more and more. And at the end, just really back in pace. So we got some more to do.
Great stuff from Ollie Behrman. Today, Ruth Buscon-Davey joins us. Ruth, as we were saying in the pre-show, no pit stops in the sprint, but still a chance to play around with strategy. Tires. We've already talked about Gasly doing that job on the mediums. Did anyone else try anything a bit different today that you saw?
Yeah, we had all 20 cars on the medium, but it was
Just so you know, I will be back in time in 3 hours' time for qualifying, so don't you worry. I will have to end the broadcast soon here at Crystal Racing. Please like, subscribe, and do all the usual stuff here. Of course, if you missed the race and you want to watch my stream again and you want to listen to my commentary, then you can press the playback button here on YouTube.
They'll pay the price tomorrow. They don't have any new sets left. Everyone else has kept the new sets, but I think it was exactly the right thing to do to capitalise on that sprint qualifying position.
Talking about capitalising, McLaren, team orders, the execution of that. What did you make of it?
I was yelling at the TV swap. I was next to Hinch causing all sorts of trouble. No, it's just one it to go down to the wire, don't you? You want kind of like Lando to have.
Apparently, McLaren used up all their newest soft tyres, so they're going to be on a knife edge in tomorrow's race. And I mean, McLaren are going to have to get, well, they're going to have to get the job done in qualifying by the looks of it. They're going to have to rely on Norris and Piastri to do an amazing job in qualifying because all their newest soft tyres are gone. So they're on a knife edge, and they better be hoping that there won't be any late safety cars tomorrow like we saw today. And of course, they might have costed themselves the chance of getting I don't know, fastest lap point tomorrow.
Because in Ferrari, the mantra was always Ferrari existed with the drivers' championship when I was there. So yeah, I'd probably get complaints the other way.
Okay, never mind lap 5, race 5. Race 5. Sven would have done that. Right, let's hear from your top 3 drivers today. Max Verstappen, Oscar Piastri, and Lando Norris.
Max, it looked like the car came alive for you in that race, and then until the VSC at the end. Can we get your reflections on how that unfolded?
Yeah, I think the pace was quite strong. We just have to be patient because at the beginning we're just stuck in the DRS range, so you can't really do much. You just have to wait for people to either drop off or make a mistake. And yeah, we just hung in there, and yeah, eventually I could pass Charles and close the gap to the McLarens, but then of course, unfortunately, yeah.
My God, Red Bull have got Castori clothing. Oh dear, Castori sponsorship. Wow, they're not a good sportswear company, by the way, from those of the reviews I've heard.
Yeah, it was a bit of a tricky race, to be honest. Just trying to learn what we could for tomorrow. And yeah, I think the team result was obviously what we wanted. And
So yeah,